There once was a simpler time in which role-playing games such as Dungeons & Dragons being something available on your PC sounded like a fairy tale. Some futuristic thing that could somehow be possible one day, perhaps. I think the Gold Box classic D&D games were the first time many of us realized that these fantastical RPG worlds could be captured to some degree into a video game. And soon we will have a way to play these Dungeons & Dragons Gold Box classics through a special game launcher that emulates DOS, so that not only can we play them individually, but also enjoy transferring parties and such between games. Now I know there's some tech-savvy people out there that's found other ways to do this, etc. We'll discuss a little bit of that later in the video, but there are several collections coming. The Eye of the Beholder series, for example, one of my favorite, the Pull of Radiance and Savage Frontier, and also the Crin trilogy for Dragonlance fans, which is crazy, just a crazy cool collection. I mean, also the Dark Sun and the Ravenloft, two games, will have their collections released as well. Now, I would have preferred this be a remaster of these games or a remake in the vein that Diablo 2 remade that classic, but having a way to play on modern systems is the next best thing. So here's how they plan to do it. Archives Collection 1 is going to be the Forgotten Realms Collection 1, and it'll be released first, I assume, which includes the Eye of the Beholder trilogy, which these are like first-person dungeon crawl adventures where the action is real-time, and for fans of old-school D&D like AD&D combat, and this is a must-play. Archives Collection 2 is also the Forgotten Realms, but this time with a bit of diversity, and will include Pull of Radiance, Curse of the Azure Bonds, Hills Far, Secret of the Silver Blades, Pools of Darkness, Gateway to the Savage Frontier, Treasures of the Savage Frontier, and Forgotten Realms Unlimited Adventures, so a lot of variety in Collection 2. Then we get the Ravenloft series, where things get real dark in the gothic horror of Ravenloft, which is Strahd's Possession, and the sequel, Ravenloft Stone Prophet. And next will be the Crin series. This one is very exciting because it takes place in Dragonlance in the world of Crin, including Champions of Crin, Death Knights of Crin, and the Dark Queen of Crin. And last but not least, we will get the Dark Sun series, Dark Sun Shattered Lands and Dark Sun Wake of the Ravager. Now these collections are already showing as available on GOG, but have never appeared on Steam, so if you don't wish to wait, you could go right on over to GOG and get going. However, it appears that the Steam version will be using a special launcher that I don't think the GOG version uses, I'm not sure, so it does appear there might be a better way to play, but time will tell. Have you had adventures in the past with any of these classic Dungeons & Dragons RPG games? Tell me your tales in the comments down below, and if you are new here, please like the video and hit subscribe for more RPG and MMORPG content, because that's what we do here. These games are masterpieces, and I have not played all of the ones in these collections, and should be a lot of fun to give them another stab. They are beloved titles in fantastical worlds across the far reaches of the plains of AD&D, and I'm happy to see them available for old and new audiences. Don't forget you can support the channel by joining or by checking out the Napalm Loot Store for nerd gear. Until next time though, my nerdy friends, God bless and happy gaming. Real quick before we continue, I want to give a major shout out to the members of Napalm. Thanks to their contributions, I can get the equipment and gear that I need to keep this channel ticking, covering MMOs, RPGs, and of course, puppets. If you're interested in becoming a member of Napalm, please click the join button down below. It would be greatly appreciated. And a very special major shout out to the Lords of Napalm, Bounty Code, We Toke Bitcoins, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, and Farthest Reach. Thank you for your highest tier membership.